prepared. Okay. Cheers, everyone. I am Amy Mitchell with Houses of Windsor, and this is Virtual Tea Time with Amy. And today, my special guest is Dan Martinez. Hi, Dan.
Hello. Hello. Ready to drink some tea with good old tea lady Amy?
I love it. American British tea lady.
Mm.
Yeah, your accents are way better than mine.
That was a little bit of a Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, that
for
one
me.
was a little Mrs. Doubtfire, but
Yeah.
I like it when you get it's not quite Cockney, but it's the East London.
Right, we have to get a little bit down here. Are you up to something? Hey, what are you really doing around here? Yeah, that kind of thing.
That's awesome. Okay, so wait, before we get too far into this.
Yeah, we're already down the hole.
I know, we're already down the hole. Okay, we're already off the tracks. Dan, what are you drinking and where are you calling from?
I am drinking sleepy time tea because it's the only kind of tea I have. So if I doze off in the middle of this, that's why. From Orlando, Florida.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. And I am calling from Altamont Springs, Florida. So for those of you who don't know, roughly Orlando. And I have a confession. So I'm using my cute teacup, but when I'm drinking, it's not actually white tea as it might look, like without spilling it on my computer. It is white wine. So it's 5:30 tea time, and I'm ready for a bit of wine. You can drink wine in your fancy teacups, people.
And this is tea
I
time
allow it.
after hours.
That's right. So while Dan falls asleep on the call, I'll just be getting probably even gigglier. So stay tuned. Buckle up, people.
Oh yeah, it's just like a night out. Somebody's always falling asleep too early, and yeah.
That's awesome. So Dan, I know I've told you this before. You have I was gonna say you have a voice for radio, which I realize makes it sound like you don't. You, like people say you have a face for radio. But you do have a voice for radio, and your like high quality setup headset that you have set up sounds awesome. I feel like I'm listening to one of my podcasts, and I'm really jealous right now. I feel like I need to get some of those. I'm gonna keep doing this.
Oh yeah. I don't even know what brand this is, and I got it like 10 years ago. I'm glad that it holds up.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And that's and you said you use them for gaming, correct?
I mean, that's what I've been using them for, but apparently they're also for tea time. Apparently so.
Right. As of now, they are.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So okay, so Dan, well, before we get into my line of questioning and we'll share with people. So I put in the caption that we are old friends. I put it in quotes because I feel like we are old friends, but it's like relative to my time in Orlando. I've only been here like 6 years. So
Only 6 years, only half a decade.
well, that's true.
Right.
Well, I'm about to turn 34 on Sunday, so it's like 6 years is nothing. I'm so old.
Right. Yeah, that's how I feel, but I don't have. I'm younger than you, so I can't.
Yeah,
speak
yeah,
upon,
I know
I can't
exactly.
speak upon it. Just makes it way worse for you.
So okay, so remind me what year did we meet? Was that 2015?
2015.
Because I moved here in 2014.
I want to say, yeah, I want to say like early 2015.
15.
That's like my first thought.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Okay. So 2015. Okay, so we've known each other like 5 years. So we're old friends. We
Sure.
call it old friends.
It's like we've known each other our whole lives.
I know.
Basically.
My whole Florida life.
Right, exactly.
And you're not originally from Florida, so where are you from, Dan?
I'm from Houston, Texas, born and raised, and where the playground is where I spent most of my days. And then I went to
until what happened? What changed?
until I went to college. Yeah. I went to college, Ringling College of Art and Design here in Florida, and loved it so much I just never
Yes.
left. So
Well, and I'd like to point out, because there might be people like me out there who aren't aware of art schools and how prestigious Ringling is. So everyone, you should be impressed that he went to Ringling. 1, 2, you should also know it's not a circus college. College for circus.
or it
The
is,
Ringling brothers.
right? Exactly.
I know that's Kyle's like favorite thing. Just tell you.
Circus colleges.
Yeah, you went to
Oh, okay.
circus. Yeah, you went to college for circus.
And there came to a point where I just told people that's exactly what it is, and just left it at that.
That's great.
Just like Steve-O, I used to say.
Just like Steve.
I think he went to Ringling.
Oh, yeah.
The actual
really?
Ringling Clown School. I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I didn't know that much about Steve-O.
Yeah.
Are you a real fan? Is that what we're gonna find out about you?
There's like 3 things to know about Steve-O, and that's one of them is that he used to be a clown.
What are the other 2?
He used to be a very big drug addict, and now he's not a drug addict. So
oh wow,
that,
okay.
Yeah.
And most of us know him from Jackass, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. I was like, I feel like there's another fact we should know about him.
I know him from his YouTube channel.
Oh,
No. Yeah, Jackass.
that's great. So what did you study at Ringling?
I studied game art and design, which is literally that, like game art, art for video games.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were like the first class of it at Ringling, right? Like, weren't you like the guinea pig class?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, we were, in some ways, fortunately, and in some ways, unfortunately, the first class. And yeah, it was a good time. Learned a lot. Yeah, recommended for anyone who's super passionate about going into that side of games.
Right. And who also would like to go to college in a beach town. It's in Sarasota.
Yeah, exactly. Which is like sort of a blessing and a curse, because when you're at school, you waste maybe too much time at the beach,
Right.
or you work too much, and then you get to your like last year and realize that you,
That's the beach.
yeah, you just never went to the beach. Like you went to like 2 times to like a world-class beach. You're like, oh man.
Oh. So which camp were you in?
I was like half and half. I think I realized like in my last 1 year left that I hadn't gone to the beach at all, and just went like every second that I had left.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I squeaked it in at the end there.
Yeah, there you go. You crammed in all your beach days for
exactly.
your 4 years of beach days into 1 year.
Yeah, I got a wicked tan.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. Okay, so then what are you doing right now? Are you allowed to tell us about where you work? Is it top secret?
Yeah, right now I'm currently a freelancer slash contractor in the theme park industry here in Orlando.
Cool. Be impressed, everybody. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, it was pretty cool. We'll get to that.
Well, okay, right.
Spoiler alert. But yeah, apparently people don't like going to theme parks during a pandemic. I mean, I don't know what the big deal is.
Especially when the theme parks are closed and you don't have the choice to
Sure, I mean, whatever. So touchy. Or not touchy in this circumstance. But no, that's what I've been doing for the past year and a half. I've worked with a lot of cool companies. One of my main clients being Nickelodeon, which a lot of people don't know that they also have a theme park / attraction side of their business. So I basically am art directing their character sculpture.
And when you say character sculpture for, us commoners.
Sure. Yeah, a lot of theme parks, if you remember when you used to go to them, would have sometimes like characters throughout the parks, and those characters would be made out of fiberglass or like different
Mm-hmm.
types of material and just used
Right.
for like the entrances of
I
rides
see.
or
Yeah,
as
like
like
little.
photo opportunities throughout
Yeah,
the
yeah.
park. And they need someone to look over that section of things so that you're not getting like, you know, a SpongeBob that is round instead of square, and you know they're not making all these mistakes, and they need someone to
SpongeBob.
filter through that and like, you
Right.
know, give pointers on the paint and the anatomy of the character,
Right. Right. So
everything.
that's what SpongeBob round pants is that?
Exactly. We don't need any SpongeBob round pants. No
I said square.
thanks. Yeah, I know. Do it again. That's what I say when someone gets it wrong. Again, do it.
I love it. That's so great. And so for you, you were working from home a lot of the time anyway, right? So it wasn't a huge
Mhm.
adjustment work wise.
Right.
It's probably more socially, right? Now you're
Yeah, it's a perfect opportunity for me to be able to stay consistent with my freelance
mhm.
life and have a more open schedule where I'm not having to sit in traffic and do that kind of thing. Um, yeah, it is recommended if you have clients. There's a lot of people who try to be freelance and they don't have
Mhm.
clients yet, and it can be a struggle. Um, you know, obviously. So if you're going to
Right.
want to not just one day up and quit your job and say, hey, I want to be freelance, and just sit next to your phone hoping it rings for some reason.
Right.
Well, I'm ready.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good tip. That's a good tip for people out there, yeah, in your field or looking to get in your field. And not related, but it just occurred to me. I need to make a big deal about this. So I've mentioned my friend Dan a million times in my story of how Houses of Windsor came to be. So for anyone who's heard this, this is the Dan. This is Dan, the friend who said, if you're not gonna do the tea, like, why don't you try and do this tea business thing you're always talking about? I'm like, I mean, you're not, you're not. Anxiety tells you shouldn't do anything, so I'm gonna listen to my anxiety.
Right.
And then you were like, yeah, but so like, when are you gonna do it? Like when you're back working in an office and now you're a mom, and it's like, yeah. So you gave me the push that I had like three months to try and pull something together before the office was calling me back, and so thank you, Dan, for that, for
I,
being my dreamer pusher.
don't let dreams be dreams. I always say that. It's what I came up with, and if you've ever heard it from anyone else, then
They got it from you.
stolen. They got it from me somehow. They went to the future and stole it from me, and then went back and. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes, and I feel like you're the perfect dream pusher since you're basically working like you would not accept working uh just a whatever random office job. Like I remember calling and talking to you during my various accounting jobs. I won't mention any companies specifically. I had several of them.
Sure.
But yeah, and I remember that you would pretend to fall asleep on the phone because accounting was so boring to talk
What? Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, not to put down account. I mean, there are people who just they love that type of lifestyle and they are
Right,
good at it and they feel accomplished and good for them.
right, right. Yeah, it's not putting it down, but for people like me who is just like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. Like this is just what life is. You don't have to have dreams.
Sure.
It's actually better and safer if you don't.
Yeah, you would be surprised about just how many people, unfortunately, just go down that path where
Mm-hmm.
you just go to school for something because you went to school for something and you
Right,
graduated and that just kind of is what you did. And you just go to work and come home, go to sleep, go to work, come home, go to sleep. And you just do
right,
that and you blink your eyes and you're realizing that time is
right,
your most precious resource.
right, right. And you could have been doing something you enjoy. Like,
Exactly.
you could have tried for something else. So
Sure.
yeah, so thank you for making me try, because I mean, I didn't study accounting, I studied fashion, and I did go into fashion. But it was the fashion designer's husband that taught me bookkeeping, and I did like it. I liked it, at the time, and then it just became a convenience thing of when we moved around. When I was married, we moved around, and I could get a job anywhere through like a temp agency. So
Yeah.
so basically accounting fell into my lap and worked for a time, but I definitely did not want to go back to that type of work after I had Piper. I
Right.
wanted to be way more flexible and be around for Piper and show her that, you know, you can live the dream.
Yeah.
I don't want her to grow up thinking that she
And what are
is
dreams without
limited.
and what are dreams without nightmares? To just like go real deep. How deep can we get in this conversation? What are dreams without nightmares? Sometimes you have to have a job or do something that is not fun at all to realize that it's
Right.
not fun at all and that you'd rather be doing something else. So those experiences are for something.
Yes, that's an excellent point. And can go into like so many levels of life.
Right. Hallmark, if you're hiring, dude, I am.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's amazing. I love it.
T-shirt companies.
I know.
I don't know whoever uses quotes.
Whoever uses quotes. Start making some memes. I don't know.
Yeah, meme people.
Mm-hmm.
Holla
Yeah.
at your boy.
Yeah. So, so this is the Dan. So I just wanted to tell everyone this is the Dan that gets referenced all the time. And and now he's gonna hang out with me on virtual tea. We haven't seen each other in person because of, coronavirus.
Why is something happening
Gosh.
that I should know about?
Well, that's like, I'll try not to give him too much away, but that is like our dear friend Kyle, who is the funniest person during all of this, because it's like he has short-term memory loss and forgets every 2 seconds that we're in a pandemic.
Well, if you look around, it really doesn't seem like we are in one. If I am frank.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, it depends what area you're in. Obviously, if you're
True.
like
I
in
am
New York, New
downtown.
Jersey,
So.
yeah,
Or
you're downtown where
or New
people.
York.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, like you're downtown where people are probably walking and stuff anyway. Do you see people wearing a lot of masks and things?
People have started to wear masks. It became uncool to not wear masks.
Yeah, that's what I felt. I felt like I had to wear it to not get a look.
Yeah, exactly. No, but so people are doing that, but they're doing like, stuff that you probably shouldn't be doing with masks. Like, just like when they're smoking, they just open it and like, or when they're running like in full gym gear, but they're running with a mask on, which is like, I don't know, it just seems a little
It's a little
too
odd.
far. If you're running by yourself, like in a park, you might as well just
breathe the air.
Sure.
Yeah, or let your air come out.
Yeah. Or just breathe it, just
right.
you got to brush your teeth before you put those masks on. I'll tell you that right now. I drank some coffee early and then I went to the grocery store and I was like, oh my gosh, like I got to hurry up and get out of here because I'm killing myself.
Oh my God. So that's hilarious. I feel like I've noticed that on a low level. I mean, I'm not like a coffee drinker or anything, but I feel like, I've definitely noticed that. And you're right. You do definitely need to brush your teeth before the mask.
You're just like, is this what my breath smells
like?
like?
Is this what everybody else experiences when I'm not wearing a mask?
Yeah.
That's amazing. So, I'm like a podcast nut. And so one of the podcasts I listen to is called Science Versus. And typically what they do is tackle some like trendy topic each time. But during coronavirus, this time, basically every week it's a new update on something that's trending for that. So like this week it was like the mask debate, like does it matter, whatever. So, and a lot of these, since it's such a new thing, there's not a lot of like, there's no long-term studies on this stuff, but there are, they talked to some professionals, and basically what came out of the mask episode was if everyone, if there were enough like medical grade masks for everyone to wear, that, and they all wore them properly, that'd be super. That would be great. Since there's not, then the question is, well, what about the fabric masks? And they were like, well, at best, they can maybe block like 50% of whatever's like coming and going, you know, as far as like your germs, their germs. So it's kind of like it's better than nothing, most likely, but also the virus can be on the outside of your mask, and when you take it off and put it somewhere, it can like live on the mask for like 7 days. So like now you're just carrying it around with you, where like you might have just like barely breathed it in passing and then like not taken it with you. So
what do you do?
so
I mean,
basically they said like it's fine to wear them, but they're worried that people are wearing them and thinking that now that makes them invincible. So like they said, really you should wear them, but still fully do social distancing like while wearing them. But my favorite part of the episode was they were laughing about how part of the issue is that people aren't using their masks properly. So I myself was in the store the other day and saw a couple walking. So they clearly were on the same page about how to wear your mask. And they both had them just over their mouth. Noses were out. So like, all right. And then you see plenty of people who move their masks to talk to people. And like you said, smoke. So it's like, okay, well, now what's the point in the mask? And then on the podcast, they said they saw someone pull their mask down in public, cough into the air, and then put their mask back on.
Well, you don't want to cough in your
like,
mask. It's ridiculous.
It's like that's only the.
If you gotta sneeze, you just gotta live with it.
I'm like that's
you just
only.
gotta sneeze, and
like that's
you gotta
only the
wear
whole.
that.
That's the whole part. The whole point of the mask is to like basically keep your germs to yourself.
Yeah, that is the funny thing about the United States. Like in, you know, other countries, people wear masks regularly when they feel sick, so they don't get other people sick. But we are completely self-centered here, so we wear masks just to not get sick from other people.
Right. When that isn't even proven to be how it works. It is how the other countries use it. It's to keep your germs from like, because you may be the whole asymptomatic thing. Like you may be sick, you may be a carrier or whatever. So you should just be wearing one just in case. But you wearing one and then coughing into the air doesn't help anything.
Yeah. You don't want to be downwind of those kinds of people.
Yeah. But so that's just my my secondhand account of listening to a podcast on science versus masks for coronavirus. So take it for what you will.
Believe if I heard everything correctly or not. Do what you want, but that's what I thought. That's what I think I remember hearing.
Exactly. Okay. That's what I heard to relay to the rest of you. So that's that. Yeah. But so speaking of podcasts, are you listening to any? What are you doing while you work? Are you music or podcasts?
Yeah, so I have learned that through just this quarantine time and working and trying to be as efficient and productive as possible, I've realized that I cannot watch or listen to anything other than instrumental music when which kind of is a bummer because I used to get through a lot of movies and nice TV shows when I work, but then I realized that it's taken me all day to do something that it could have taken me just a couple of hours because it keeps in my head and looking or whatever. And when they're talking, I realize I'm having to go back a chapter because I really did not understand or even was really listening to them because I'm too busy talking to myself in my head about what I'm doing. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to have to just play some music. And even that's getting a little annoying because I'm realizing that my taste for instrumental music has come down to like 3 compilations on YouTube that repeat themselves. Really? And I'm just like getting like tired of those same 3-hour compilations. I'm just like, can someone please like just start playing an instrument and not sing and record it and make it good so I have something else to listen to because this is driving me insane.
Okay,
Um,
so the columns out there, all of you instrumental artists,
right.
musicians, please send Dan your compilations.
Yeah, it's an untapped market, Frankly, it is an untapped market. There are not enough people making. I mean, there's like nice elevator music, like jazz.
Right.
There's like chill.
Yeah, yeah.
So chill hop's a big one, where every
Did
single
you
play
say chill hop?
chill hop, yeah,
Okay,
where
this
every
is a new
single
one. I don't know
playlist
that
is
one.
like, and you feel
Oh,
like you're like, oh, you're like, nice and cozy on,
yeah, yeah.
in like a little cafe,
Right.
not New York, but but you're hanging out in a nice little cozy cafe, or
Cafe before coronavirus.
exact cafe pre
Yeah.
virus. But then after like 4 hours of working, you're just like, if I hear one more, I'm gonna like break my computer.
Well, I'm guessing
I
as a
have been inside too long.
yes.
That's what
Well,
this is.
I was gonna say also you're a musician, a percussionist, so I'm assuming that those notes hit you particularly stronger than like say if I were listening to it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I have an affinity for just keeping beats in my head, and
Right. Well,
I
I mean, you were a drummer, like you were a
you
percussion.
know
Yeah, yeah.
hmm
Were, are, whatever you want to say.
wow. Yeah. uh yeah, I haven't played, I think, in like 3 years or something. my
Hmm.
my drums are in my closet right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it? Do you get a claim like once a drummer, always a drummer though?
Oh yeah, I mean, unless you pick up some drumsticks and you begin to play and you accidentally throw them behind you and slip and fall into your drums, then yeah, maybe you're not a drummer anymore. But if you can at least like hold on to the sticks and like play something, then I would say you're still a drummer. I mean, what's a drummer really? I mean, you're just using a
Oh,
stick and hitting
we're
things.
getting deep now. Okay, what
Oh
really,
right,
really,
yeah.
Dan? What is a drummer?
A drummer is someone who believes in themselves, and no,
A drummer is also a dreamer.
yeah, a drummer and what's a drummer without a dream? And don't
Oh my
don't
god.
let that be what it is, so on and so forth,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
as is life.
Right. So okay. So back. Okay. So your instrumental music. I'm like, how did we
Right,
get
yeah.
down the drum?
Sorry, yeah,
Yeah. No, it was me. I took us down there. So, um, okay. So you, yeah, are doing instrumental music. So you say you don't like the jazz chill hop stuff, or that that's sleepy.
I like
So,
it for the morning. Like,
oh,
I'm
okay, like
good for
get
like
things
a
going.
good like hour or two, like first
Okay.
thing in the morning. I'm working. I got my coffee. I got my scone or whatever, you know, my flat
Are you
scone,
baking? You're baking fresh scones every morning.
my flat square shaped scone with peanut butter on it. Yeah.
I love it. I get it.
Yeah, yeah, right. An American
And does
scone.
it? And it goes into a toaster? Is that how you?
Well, in my case, I don't have a toaster. I have a panini press.
So you do your toast on a panini press?
Yes.
Oh my god!
Yep.
How luxurious.
It's actually faster than a toaster.
Yeah, I bet.
Uses more electricity. Is way too much
Bo-
space for what I need.
Bonus, it uses more
Bonus.
energy.
If you're looking to spend more every month, get a panini press for all of your.
And if you want to take up more counter space.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, yeah, I don't know. It felt like I looked for toasters, and toasters are too much money
Yeah, are
to
they?
like
I've had
be
like the same
something
one
you're only
forever now.
toasting bread. Like it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. Well, so what's the? Because do you use the panini press then for actual like sandwiches and stuff?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like
Okay.
a Cuisin. It's like $50 Cuisinart,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cuisinart. I don't know how you
Yeah.
say it.
Yeah. I know.
But yeah, I just use that. And it's got a flat side and a grill side, so I can make
Oh.
pancakes if I want, or paninis if I
Whoa.
want, or toast if I want. It's like 5 different things. It's
That's
awesome.
amazing. All right. I'm sold.
Yeah.
Sell me a panini press and get rid of my toaster.
Yeah. Links in the description.
Yeah, do you have an Amazon Associates account?
I should after that pitch.
Yeah, but everyone would have to buy that specific panini press.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, don't go shopping around, people. Just
Yeah,
get
you're
the
just
one
wasting
link.
your time. The best one is the one I
You've
buy.
already yeah, you've already tested them all.
Yeah, pretty much.
So okay, so then the music that you listen to, what is it like? I'm picturing like dubstep, basically. Is it that kind of like
Dubstep's like what I used to listen to,
yeah, or
where
EDM
it's
or
like
whatever?
so heavy and you're like
Yeah.
just working and like sweating when you're
Okay,
because
yeah.
it's
Like
like
you're
so insane.
yeah, you're through
Um,
like way in the zone because I get into that sometime where
yeah.
it's like, yeah, I'm like really I'm getting through stuff.
Yeah, no, I've experimented with a lot of different things. It depends on what I'm working on. So like, um, right now I'm working on a couple of different things, but one in particular is like uh, a character who's like this minotaur
Mm-hmm.
guy, and he's got a big battle axe, and
Uh-huh.
um, I usually will put on like epic movie compilation or something like that, and get a lot of like
Yeah,
Gladiator,
yeah. Oh, that's
the
awesome.
300 like soundtrack, Lord of the Rings,
Right, right,
and just like epic, and it's like it gets you
right.
in the
Yeah,
zone.
that's okay. So it depends on the character, really, of what kind of music.
Sure,
Yeah, or it
yeah,
can depend on the character.
yeah, because a lot of like that dubstep stuff is mostly instrumental, well,
Hmm.
electronic, but it's a lot of just intense build up
Yeah.
and then a drop and a build up and a drop, and it's too much sometimes, especially when you're working all day. You just
Right,
can't.
right.
You're got if you got the shades drawn and you're just in the dark listening to dubstep all day
Right.
every day.
Yeah, yeah. You're gonna go a little nutty. I still love
Yeah.
like when that was newer and like the Key and Peele sketch came out where do you remember the one where like
Or there was like just
where they're
never a
gonna be
drop.
where they're get well there's that one, but that was
uh
like I don't remember which who was the one that was moving, but it was like one of them was moving and the other one was coming over to help him move. And he's like, hey man, have you heard this new stuff? It's called dubstep. And he starts playing it, and it's like the camera goes all crazy. He's like, what is this? Like
oh
they go
right.
like crazy every time, and they'll like press pause and they're like, what?
Right.
And they like end up just throwing like stuff out the windows, and their noses like noses are bleeding.
Yeah, that's pretty much yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
pretty
I
much.
but I do like, I forgot about the one, yeah, where the beat won't drop.
They're just
It's
like,
just like
what? Where's the
it's
drop?
so
Yeah, that was funny.
it is really funny how that is such like a weird thing to listen to, and you're like, come on, like
Come on.
I can't
Yeah.
take it. Just give it to me.
Yeah, it's too intense. It's too intense. Um, but yeah, I
Oh
definitely
wow.
listened to that pretty much throughout my college days, like when it started to get popular in
Yeah,
2011 or
right.
something.
Well, you were, yeah, because you were cool. Like, I mean, I
Mhm.
was 2011. I wasn't cool. I was newly married and learning about dubstep from Key and Peele. So,
Wow. Oof.
so when I say it was new to the scene, I don't know how new it really was. That's when it made it to Key and Peele.
Right. I think it's like finally made its way
I
like only into the groups who actually really care.
really like it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because what EDM's like, I feel like a version of it, but it's what, not as intense or what?
I
Do
think
you know?
dubstep is
Or
EDM. I
EDM?
think
Oh,
EDM is
okay.
sort of like the umbrella,
Oh,
and then
okay.
dubstep, and then trance. Anything that's like you're using electronic,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, okay. All right.
you
See,
know.
I'm still so uncool.
Come on, Keen Peel, make an
I'm like, hey
episode about
kids,
this.
I'm cool. Like, I listen to EDM and dubstep.
Yeah, sure. Yep, sounds like it.
Like, and I heard about this really new cool genre called chill hop. Are you kids into that?
Yeah.
It's a lot like hip hop, right?
Yes. Hmm.
Oh my gosh. So, how's your sleepy time tea treating you?
Uh, tasty.
Tasty?
I
Is it?
feel a little bit, like it's the end of the day, winding down.
Yeah.
I should not be doing because I still have like another 5 hours to work. um, Counterproductive, but it's tasty.
The way that you're saying that was making me think of Oh, geez. The movie Scream, Matthew Lillard, when he's like, I've been a little woozy. I'm starting to feel a little woozy. Now, this is, of course, once they're stabbing each other for fun.
Right,
For
yeah,
those of
yeah.
you who don't remember the
And
good old movie Scream.
there's only 3 of them, right? Only 3 screams.
I think so. Yeah, there were more scary movies than there were screams.
Right. Yeah, that's what it was. It was like sort of just kicked off the
Yeah.
parody horror
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah. But it was, yeah. But Scream was a bit for, those kids watching out there. You don't know. Scream was like a big deal. It was a game changer for scary movies when it first came out.
Yeah, it was very. If you want to feel what it felt like to be in like 1998 or whatever year it came out.
Yeah, it was
Oof.
something. Yeah, it was, what was it, like 98, 99? It was something.
Yeah, it was somewhere around there. It was like
Uh-huh.
mom jeans were in full, like the flare jeans were
Yeah,
in
yeah,
full
yeah.
swing, polo shirts.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Uh,
yeah, the pull. Yeah.
yeah, cell phones were like ginormous.
Right,
People
right. And
still,
I
I mean,
think,
she answered the thing. I'm pretty sure, like on a phone, like on a
oh,
like literally
it was,
cord phone.
no, oh no, it was cooler than that. It was the cordless home phone. It was a landline phone with
That's
the
what it
cordless
was.
one, so like the antenna pops up, and it was like the bigger white cordless phone. Yeah, that way she could run outside with it and still be on the phone running from him.
Right. Do I sound like a robot?
But
Because you sound like a robot.
yep, I was gonna ask if we
Okay.
were starting to get a little garbly. It always
I
seems
don't
to
know.
happen around this time. So
Right on schedule. This day's just like yesterday.
just yeah. I meant at this time, like time stamp in the recording, not time of day. But for whatever reason, it's like Zoom and Facebook can only handle like communicating, or at least on my internet, for about like 40 minutes. And then they're like, all right, we're going to start the delay and we're going to start the robot voice.
Yes.
And we might freeze you guys up.
Robot tea time. Well, I guess I'm the only person
I
just
love
having
it.
tea time right now.
Well, I'm the only person drinking out of a real teacup, so
What would you call this? A mug?
yeah,
What is?
that's a coffee mug.
Oh,
You don't
I
have a
thought a coffee
saucer?
mug. I thought a coffee mug was like more square. Or not square,
Nah,
not square.
I know what you
Round.
mean with the
What am I talking
bottom,
about?
like the bottom being like straight or whatever.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
coffee mugs taper? I don't know. Apparently.
Well, I would say that's a coffee mug. If you don't have a saucer, I don't want to hear that it's a teacup.
Yeah, I'm out of luck there. 31-year-old male living by himself. Chances of me having a tea saucer are like very low.
Yeah. Yeah, say if anyone wants to run to Dan's defense in the comments and say, wait, that is actually a teacup, feel free. But I'm going to say it's not.
Okay.
And I'm going to say it in my robot voice because I think I'm still lagging. Am I correct?
That is correct. Affirmative. You sound like robot. Beep boop.
Well, then maybe Zoom and Facebook is telling us that it is time to go. Because before we like totally freeze up and can't even say goodbye. Although you're coming in very clearly, I swear my internet sucks. I am plugged into the Ethernet. I'm doing it old school. I'm trying. Shout out to Spectrum.
Yeah. Thanks, Spectrum.
Yeah, this broadcast brought to you by Spectrum. Okay, so Dan, do you? Oh wait, let me try and ask you one question. Do you have any ghosty or alien stories to share with us? This is my new question. I want to know if anyone has any like creepy stories that they're holding out on us.
We're talking about like personal stories?
Yeah, personal. Yeah, like paranormal. If you had any like weird things you can't explain, or someone close to you that has told you something that sounds pretty crazy.
Let's see. Uh, as far as ghosts are concerned, um, well, nothing scary, but I remember in Galveston, Texas,
Hmm.
I was going to see my good friend, and he wanted to show me an abandoned, like, I don't even know what it was, like for the sake of me not remembering, an abandoned mental hospital.
Okay, right.
I don't even know what it was, but it was an
Yeah.
abandoned, creepy building of some sort.
Okay. Hmm.
And apparently, it was like one of these, like, just literally has been there for 50 years. They just never demolitioned it. You could go in there and, like, literally open up drawers and find, like, papers from back, like, in
Oh, weird.
1950 something. Just,
Oh, that's
big
creepy.
giant holes in the floor where you can just fall like 27 stories if everything just crumbled in on you. And we were young and we were like, yeah, let's do that. This is awesome. And so it was, I'm pretty sure, like a bunch of his friends, and we all took separate vehicles. And to get to this place,
Uh-huh.
you had to basically drive into this deserted lot
Mhm.
and just kind of park in the grass somewhere and then walk in.
Mhm.
And we were just, sort of like trailing in. Me and him were in a truck. We were the first people to go in this lot.
Okay.
This lot was dark. This lot was like pitch dark. Like, you're kind of just driving, and it sounds like you're driving on gravel or grass or
Yeah.
something, and you're just driving along. I don't know how fast we were going,
Mhm.
but you just hear this. First of all, it's just a crash with this loud
Yeah.
grinding sound, and I just look over at him, and he's like, and he just gets out of the car, and he ran into a train stopper, like,
Oh.
like at the end of a railroad track. There's like
Oh.
this
Oh
big,
my
like,
God.
T. He just ran, like, literally, like, straight into that. And yeah, I mean, it was like his whole front of his truck was just like bent
Jesus.
inwards, and we we all had our lights off. Obviously it was dark. We were turning all our lights off so we could sneak in here because we're not supposed to be here,
Right. Right.
obviously. And well, we wanted to see what happened and address the situation.
Mhm.
So everyone turned their lights on to see what was going
Oh
on,
no.
and right across the lot at a gas station
Uh-huh.
was a cop, like, just sitting there at a, like, just, I don't know what he
Yeah.
was doing. Like, he was just in his car, like, facing
Yeah.
us,
Uh,
and we were obviously in, like, trespassing,
right. Right.
and we were able to just reverse, like, go, yep, this is not the night to do this, and just left. And the cop never came after us the
What?
whole
Are you
time.
kidding?
We're just looking back at the cop, like,
Right. Or come to check on
we
you
just,
because
like,
you
back
ran
yeah,
into.
yeah, just, like, back up and, like, got out of there. And it wasn't that scary, but it was a story.
Yeah.
So
That's
there was
very.
almost a ghost story in that.
That's great. So you never actually made it into the building?
No, but from the outside, very scary.
Very scary.
Very scary. From the outside, oh my gosh. Oh my
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. So, okay, one follow up question. Did he not have his headlights on? How did he not see the train stop?
Right, yeah. So I forgot to mention that. We were
Okay.
trying to, like, go on this lot all sneaky like. And to do that, you of course need to turn off all your lights. And we thinking that it's a, deserted lot. So we were like, what's the there's no trees,
Right.
no nothing. It's just like flat
Right.
ground, right? No,
Oh my god.
no. So I don't think he ever got that fixed, by the way. I'm pretty sure it looked like that or he just took off the bumper, I think. It's just
Right.
like literally his truck didn't have a bumper for years
Oh
and
my
years
god. That's
until he got
hilarious.
his, until he got a new truck. So
That's
I'm pretty sure that's him.
amazing. Well,
Yeah.
that's a good ghost story. I'm so glad I asked for your story.
Yeah, I mean, as far as aliens, I mean, aliens don't visit cities that much. You kind of have to be in the middle of nowhere to encounter
And,
aliens.
and
It
you've never been
seems.
in the middle of nowhere?
I mean,
Not
I
really,
I
right?
have, I guess.
But
I mean,
like
I was
just
a
the.
Boy Scout,
Oh yeah.
Scout's honor. Um, yeah, so I've done a lot of camping, but it's like at campsites with like 50 kids,
Oh right. Yeah,
and
yeah.
like it's like barely camping. It's not like you're just going up to
Right.
A line of trees and going, here we go, and just like
Here we
walking
go.
into the forest all by yourself. So,
That's
uh,
true. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
yeah, I don't have any alien stories either. So I'm curious for I like to know who has the ghost stories and who has the alien stories. I feel like people usually don't have both. They're
Yeah.
either ghost leaning or alien leaning.
Well, here's another one. It's not really,
Okay.
well, maybe it's a ghost.
Okay.
So I'm sure we all remember The Ring, the movie The
Oh my god,
Ring.
that's like still the only movie that I remember being like the scariest thing.
Yeah, it
Just
was like,
because you can't get their images out of your head.
yeah,
All
it
the
came out.
distorted faces.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It came out like at the peak of like me starting to become a teenager, but still, being very vulnerable to like things like movies.
Like scary movies.
Yeah, right. Like I'm cool enough to watch a rated R movie, but it like keeps me up at night.
Right,
Um,
right.
right. Uh, yeah, it was a freaky movie, and um, my friend at the time had a DVD version of
Mhm.
The Ring, and
Mhm.
he knew that I didn't like the movie, or that I was scared of it, or I didn't like it, I guess.
Right, right.
Um, so I guess he got it at like a $5 bin at
Oh
Walmart or
my
something
god.
like that, and he came over to hang at my house for a while and then
Mhm.
left, and I forgot what happened, but I didn't uh like turn. I got home from something. It was like night. It
Yeah.
was like midnight or something, and I turned on my PlayStation 2 to play, I don't even know
Mhm.
what, like Grand Theft
Right.
Auto or something. And he had put, and for my TV, which is like this analog TV with like the knob and the antennas, just goes
No, no.
and I'm in my house by myself, like dark.
Oh
I
my
just thought I
god.
was gonna chill, and like
Right.
now my TV is like
Right, right.
right in front of me, because that's how the DVD starts. Like it
Oh,
starts
yeah.
with the static, and then
Uh-huh.
flickers with the girl coming at
Uh-huh.
you, and then like the title
Yeah.
screen
Oh
appear,
my god.
like little tiny
Oh my
letters.
god.
Play the movie, and I was like just standing there like like, oh, I was like frozen in fear. I just didn't know what to do. I was just like, it's happening. Here we go. Like, time to die.
Samara figured out how to work around VHSs. She's now on DVD.
So yeah, exactly. She's
Sorry, I remember her name
staying
because I was
current.
her for Halloween.
Oh, got it.
It's Samara.
Samara. Well, I freaked out, and I pretty sure I just like had enough like strength to just hit the eject button, and it came out, and I was like, oh my gosh. And like I went over to like turn my lights on,
Mhm.
and they didn't turn on. Like the power was out in my room, like with only like a couple of sockets. All the sockets that turned the lights on weren't working, but the TV was working. It was like, what is this?
See, your
Like,
friend didn't plan all of that.
right, he didn't
He's
plan
not a
all of that.
mastermind.
I just, I had like 50 different electronic components in my room,
Oh my
and
god.
all the time my power would go out. And usually any
Oh.
other day I would know that that was the problem, but
Right,
that
right.
just didn't occur to me that that is what happened. And I was just like, it wasn't turning on. And I was just like, what is, like, I remember just standing there in the dark, like not knowing what to do. And I
Right.
just ended up like going out into the hallway and turning the light on, and like just kind of putting it all together. But,
Oh my god. That's
but
amazing.
yeah, it was
So
interesting.
so did you know it was your friend then once you put it together? Like did you know he was the one that put the video in? Like did you figure that out or did he
No, I
tell you?
didn't. I think he like said something the next day, like, did you like the movie or something like that? And I was just like,
You're like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna
yeah.
murder you in your sleep.
I was like, you're so lucky that you don't get scared of things like that, or you
Or
would be
else
in
I'd
so
really
much.
get you.
Oh boy, you're lucky you're more of a man than I am.
That's amazing. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that movie. I remember just being so scary because like I couldn't get the images out of my head of like the girl in the closet. Like I literally still can bring that back up in my head easily. Like the distorted faces after they watched the movie. And yeah, the crawling. Yeah, Samara like crawling out. So I was her for Halloween one year. Like just basically my natural hair color. It's not blonde or pink, believe it or not. I'm not a natural born pink haired person. It's dark brown. And so I basically put, I think, like hair gel, something in it to like make it look like it was wet, pulled it all in front of my face, made my
Right.
face creepy or whatever, and then just like did creepy like jerky movements. I had a long white dress on. Yeah.
I'm gonna get you.
Yeah. So it was, yeah, I feel that was maybe a little therapeutic being the scary person. Like,
Right.
I'm owning it. I am Samara. I can't hurt me.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's all psychological.
Right. That's hilarious. So, okay, well, so I don't know if you know this, but I got my mom onto Facebook so she can like watch and see things happening. So she watches my virtual tea times now. You want to say
There
hi
you
to
go.
Mumsy? Shout out to Mumsy. Hi, Mumsy.
Hello, Mumsy. Hello.
she,
Top of the morning.
she loves you, Dan. So she'll
Right.
be happy. Since we can't all visit each other in person, this is what we get.
Yeah, it's
But
weird.
it was still fun. Thank you for drinking your sleepy tea with me while I drank my wine in the teacup.
Absolutely.
And the final question is, do you have any last words?
Right
That
after
really
the
is-
ghost story.
Yeah.
No. Well, I will say this.
Mhm,
No matter what happens to any of y'all out there, we're all in this together.
mhm.
It's crazy times. I know it's like getting like real boring to say that. Crazy times, right?
But
Like,
still, but it is, yeah, and it does, yeah, depending on like where you are, like, I mean, yeah, shout out. Oh, I'm starting to turn into a robot again.
Robot.
But robot, shout out.
Robot shout out. Word to your
I
mama.
say to Connie in Santiago, Chile, who's doing real work and fully suited up in the hospital. So, hola, Connie. Buen trabajo.
Yeah.
Good job. Good work.
Yep.
So, oh yeah, and for, I didn't say, FYI, for people who are watching, Connie is Dan's amazing fiance. So I'm not just shouting out to random people in Chile.
Yeah.
she's connected to this call.
Yeah. Hola, Carlos. I'm sure there's a Carlos down there somewhere. Yep. If you know one, tell him I said hola.
And gracias for watching.
Gracias.
Okay, I'll let you go for real. Thank you everyone for watching. Whoever watched live and whoever watches this in the future, it's going on YouTube and will be on for eternity or until the whole internet crashes.
Could be used against us somehow.
It could be, yeah. I'm sure they're gonna pull some clips for my compilation
Right.
whenever those people come to take me down.
Exactly.
So, Dan Martinez, thank you so much for being on. I am Amy Mitchell with Houses of Windsor. This has been virtual tea time / virtual wine time. Cheers, everyone. I'll talk to you later, Danford.
Cheers.
Cheers.